Justin Gaethje versus Max Holloway for the BMF title at UFC 300. This might be the best fight on the card. You're going to get to see Justin back defending his BMF title right away after beating Dustin Poirier, one of the best guys at 155 pounds, and slamming him in the second round with the head kick, taking on Max. Blessed is the best at 145 pounds. For many years he was. He really took over the division, beat up everybody, and just proved that with incredible cardio and amazing skills, a guy that just will not quit, that he was almost unbeatable until he met his match. That was Alexander Volkanovski. That was the one guy that he just couldn't beat. But since then, he's beaten everybody at 145 pounds. Guys like Yair Rodriguez, Arnold Allen, Calvin Kattar, and Jung Sung Young, the Korean Zombie. That was his last fight. He knocked out the Korean Zombie in the third round. And this is going to be an all-out war. Max Holloway has a lot to prove. He's the younger man in this fight. He's 3 years younger than Justin Gaethje. Max Holloway wants to keep going and keep going great. There's only one guy that beat him, one guy that he couldn't get past. And if he can get past Justin Gaethje, he might have a new place at 155 pounds to really go out and prove that he's the baddest man on the planet. Justin Gaethje wants to keep that from him. Gaethje at 155 pounds is absolute war. He fights insane wars and brings the best out of his opponents. That's what Justin Gaethje is about, just fighting all-out wars and beating the top guys at 155 pounds, slaughtering Tony Ferguson, ruining his career, beating Michael Chandler, and beating in his last two fights. We talked about Dustin Poirier and Rafael Fiziev. Justin Gaethje has not stopped either. So we're going to see the ultimate collision here between two blunt force trauma type of fighters, two guys that will not stop. And I hope this is a 5-round fight. I'm talking about this really quickly, so I don't even know if this is going to be a 3 or a 5-round fight, but I want to see the max in this fight. I want to see maximum exposure for both guys. And I don't want to see this fight end early. I want to see a 5-round war, and I want to see if Max Holloway can bring it to Justin Gaethje, bring it to him and bring it harder than anybody's ever brought it. And that's what Max is great at, is fighting a fight from beginning to end and never stopping. And if he can just go out in this fight versus Justin Gaethje and fight as hard as he can and just destroy Justin Gaethje, Max Holloway might make a big name for himself. He might become the BMF champion of the world. So I'm just on my toes right now hearing about this fight. I think this is the best fight that UFC could have put together. Max Holloway, the reason why is because there's only one guy who Max Holloway couldn't get past. There's only one problem that he had in his career, and that was the great Alexander, the great Volkanovski. He probably is really mentally defeated because of that. And if he can take out his energy on Justin Gaethje and beat Justin Gaethje, then Max Holloway will prove to himself that he doesn't have to worry about that. He did great at 145 pounds. And 155 pounds might be his new place. Justin Gaethje wants to keep his BMF title. Slaughter Max Holloway. Beat him up so bad. Send him back to the 145-pound division crying. I can't wait for this fight. I think UFC 300 is turning out to be better than I even expected.